In what ways do your media products use, develop, or challenge forms and conventions of real media products? To begin with, I began by looking at short films to discover their conventions. To begin, I didn't look at a specific genre, I researched a variety of genres to discover the conventions used in short films as a whole. Once I had decided on my chosen genre and storyline, I conducted further research on the social drama genre, watching films, soaps, and awareness campaigns. Films I focused on and analysed further include Ronin's Escape, Portal No Escape, Post-it Love, and The Desk. I also analysed some scenes from films. These includes a scene from This Is England and Paranormal Activity. The reason I did this was to analyse representation methods and techniques, as I wanted to incorporate these ideas into my film. All of these short films and clips from scenes contain either an idea of uncertainty, isolation, confusion, and bullying. These were the key themes I found especially intriguing, and I've decided to take inspiration from my research and combine all of these themes to create a basic storyline and then develop into a further established short film. A common convention I found within short films was that the duration of the short film was about 5 minutes long, and often only contained a minimalistic cast and setting. This is to ensure that the narrative does not become too complicated for the audience to follow. I have both conformed and subverted with the locations used within a conventional social drama. I have conformed using the bedroom and alleyway, as these locations are dark and isolated. However, I have subverted using brighter locations which are less remote and contain happy memories. For example, the kitchen, conservatory, and the photographs at the end of my short film. I feel by challenging and conforming to conventions, for example, conforming to them as I've used a logical structure to follow, this is indicated by the transitions used. However, I have subverted, which also gives the short film a much more in-depth storyline and also challenges the audience, creating enigma codes throughout. Whilst conducting research, I looked at props used to convey the idea of depression. I found typically cigarettes, alcohol, and tablets are commonly used. Therefore, I decided to conform to these conventions to portray the idea of depression. After conducting research on music, I found that the social drama genre conventionally uses acoustic guitars and pianos. I found this style of music emphasised the emotion behind the storyline. Therefore, I decided to conform to this convention by using a piano to construct my piece. I found while researching short films that the music in the background was to emphasise the emotion of the chosen genre, but not to distract the viewer. This therefore added to the context and the depth of the narrative, as it demonstrates the family life within a home. This makes the aspect more realistic and personal for the audience, signified by the musical tone and pace. Before creating my own film poster, I did some research to gain a more in-depth understanding of conventions used within film posters. The film posters I researched were The Lovely Bones, The Boy in the Striped Pyjamas, and Oranges and Sunshine. I found whilst analysing all the posters, each poster included a tagline, bin block, and included the main actor as the lead image. Therefore, I decided to conform to these aspects, to ensure that my film poster is conventional within the social drama genre. Both Oranges and Sunshine and The Boy in the Striped Pyjamas include a serif font type on the poster. Therefore, I want to include a serif font type within my own poster. I decided to use a serif font type mainly because it suggests the idea of uncertainty and unknown, which is very appropriate within my own short film. I also included the Lexis A True Story. This was inspired by Oranges and Sunshine. It influences the audience into wanting to find out more about the film because of the serious context behind the Lexis. I then began to look at film reviews. I found the sight and sound language far too formal. However, Empire was much more suited to my film, as the language was a lot more informal. I looked at many Empire reviews included No Strings Attached and The Right. I wanted to further understand the language used, but as well as this, I wanted to understand the structure and the presentational devices used. After analysing the reviews fully, I found all the reviews included a star rating, a picture often taken from the scene from a film, and also a verdict. Therefore, I wanted to conform to these conventions by including them all within my own short film review. Both mother and daughter have been similarly represented, as both characters have been conveyed as protagonists. However, the emphasis which the film pressures the audience to emphasise for is the mother. This is unconventional within bullying films. However, I have decided to focus on the family's point of view instead of the victim themselves, subverting from typical conventions. I have further subverted the film as I haven't focused on the antagonist, which is unconventional. I have only shown the antagonist using flashbacks to create a further understanding for the audience. Characters have been represented using similar techniques. For example, both the mother and daughter are represented as vulnerable, susceptible, weak, defenceless, helpless, exposed, endangered, and at risk. However, this idea intrigues the audience as they enjoy the idea of the unknown created by the enigma codes throughout. I wanted my title to have a reflective meaning within my short film to create enigma codes before the film was viewed. After having many ideas on the title, I decided on My Life Through My Mother's Eyes. I decided on this title as it was reflective in my short film, as it is about the mother telling the daughter's story from her point of view. I have considered the use of saturation levels to separate the past from the present, indicated by the memory of the bullying, which is in black and white. I feel that this short twist was a really nice aspect to have in my short film, really emphasising the past from the present. I also like this idea as leading up to the flashbacks, all the shots were quite slow paced. However, when the flashbacks took place, they were quick, defined shots, which was really effective and really emphasised the past and the present through the use of colour schemes. Camera techniques are used to emphasise specific actions. For example, multiple close-ups are used of the tablets and when writing the suicide letter. I've also incorporated a zoom-in camera technique to create suspense throughout. The camera techniques don't just cause the audience to sympathise with the daughter, they cause sympathy towards the mother, which is severely forced upon throughout. The audience know the pain the mother must be feeling, so the sympathy is also forced upon her as well as the daughter, which is especially effective even though the mother isn't actually on screen. The audience feel the connection through the emotional text.